Hello traders, welcome to a new video on a tool I have not used and a way we're going to be looking at this in a way that I haven't done before. If you like the content, if you think that this is very good alpha, we have a fantastic Discord at a very low price where you get live streams, articles, really everything you want for a very low price of only $25 a month. So if you're interested in that, click the link in the description below. All right, let's dive in. So what I want to talk about today is total revenue of DeFi platforms and how that impacts the actual token price. So what is total revenue? So the way that Altcoins, this website right here, calculates total revenue is by looking at how much that the platform makes, various DeFi platforms make in fees from liquidity providers and from also users just of the platform. So what I want to take a look at is let's go look at some of the weekly gainers, some of the weekly losers, and see if there actually is a correlation between tokens not making much money in revenue and falling, and tokens making a lot of money and rising in value. Because one would expect that if there's a token that gets very popular, its sites used a lot more than it used to be, that coin will likely rise relative to other altcoins. Okay, of course, if Bitcoin drops 20%, everything's going to drop, but that's why I say relative. So I want to take a look here. As you can see, Goldfinch for total revenue in the past past 7 days has had a massive increase in revenue, whereas something like BZZ has had, a massive decrease in revenue, and some of the other ones have had a decrease in revenue too. So this is something that I pulled up that I wanted to show to you guys. So in the past week, you can see that GFI USD, which again is just this coin right here, divided by this coin right here, GFI has outperformed BZZ by a pretty good margin. In the last 7 days, it's up or less down, whatever you want to call it, 12% over the other coin. Now, what this kind of graph does, guys, this is a pairs graph. This is GFI versus BZZ, so it's just this guy versus this guy. And what I found is that there is a correlation between platforms making a lot of money and from fees, and those platform tokens actually rising in value. Now, another really cool way you can look at this is this screen right here, the crypto screener, which you can do a lot of other things with the preset filter. As you can see, there's just so many different things you can look for here. I'm just gonna hover over a few. Unusual volume's always nice to see for news trades. Divergence, if that's your thing. Strategy blocks is probably your main thing, which is something like, oh, is it within 5% of all-time high? Stuff like that. And we're going to be looking at revenue right here. 30-day revenue and all the other kinds of revenue too. I was previously looking at total revenue of the past 7 days change. Let's go look at 30-day percentage. Okay, so what is doing quite well is LRC, GRT, Quenta. These are all having massive, a lot more revenue than normal. So let's go see, if you hover over a coin, you can actually go see that exact coin's chart. Now, as you can see here, this coin's been doing quite well. Loopring is basically just consolidating, has done nothing, but fell a little bit today because of Bitcoin falling. That's why you're going to see really every single chart's going to look pretty similar because Bitcoin dropped today. But this kind of strategy works quite well as a pairs trade. Because what we can do is if we know that a platform is making a lot of money, we could buy that platform, then potentially also short a platform that is losing money, that is having a lot less money than usual. So if we go to the 30-day right here, it looks like Looks and Rare are just not doing as well. Link and 1inch were making a lot in the past 7 days, but over the past 30 days, it looks like Rare and Looks are just not doing too well. Apparently, Looks is just really not doing well. So how would we come about a strategy here? It just depends on your time frame, really. One thing you could do is to look for very short term. So instead of looking for 30-day, you could say, hey, what in the past 7 days is making a lot of money? I'm going to buy it. What in the past 7 days is losing a lot of money? I'm going to sell it. Now, these coins are doing quite well in the short term, but it probably also is important to see it in the 7-day and the 30-day. But this would tell me that LRC is likely bullish. You can see in the past 7 days, it's made a lot in revenue. In the past 30 days, it's also made a lot in revenue. And if you want to see exactly what all of these things are actually telling you, then you can click on it and get a little bit more information as well, or add in any other indicators that you would like. So LRC apparently has been doing quite well. So we can look at loop ring right here. Just recently, in the past 7 days, this is the daily chart, guys. In the past 7 days and in the past 30 days, this coin's been doing quite well, although it is quite flat. So I would expect that using this type of screener, I would think that Torn is likely to be bullish, and Loop Ring too. I don't know anything about Torn. Let me actually go take a look at this one. Torn USD. Yeah, so this one will be expected to be a bit more bullish because the platform is doing quite well. And to contrast that with platforms that are probably not doing as well, we would go to the 30-day negative. And we could see here some coins that aren't like rare, you know? So if we do something like, let's say, rare USDT.P. I think they do have that on Bybit. Yeah, this coin is not doing too well in revenue, so we would expect that it probably wouldn't perform too well. This is just one of many different things you can look at when you're actually determining, are these people making money? Does this token have any intrinsic value? Another thing you can also look at is protocol revenue. Protocol revenue right here is the fees that go to the protocol's treasury, through the burn mechanism. So this is the money that goes to burning and decreasing supply of whatever native token these platforms are going to carry. So you could think that protocol revenue really high. That just basically means that there's going to be less of that token in the future, which is very bullish, of course. So you can also sort by that as well, because you can see that's right here, protocol revenue. We can see ones that have like no protocol revenue and ones that have a ton of protocol revenue, such as, some of the biggest coins that are typically quite bullish, like Ethereum, Solana, Maker, Lido, and Athena, as you can see right here. And then there's also coins that just looks like they aren't doing too well, pun intended. Lux USD is just, Lux, the token, just not doing well in total revenue and not doing well in protocol revenue. So one would expect that this coin would probably not fare too well against other coins too. And it doesn't look like it's performing too well, so that's kind of expected. With that, happy trading. I think I kept this under the time that I wanted to set it. I hope that these filters will help make you money. And yeah, happy trading.